What's the craziest thing that happened that didn't make camera? Like that didn't make the camera?
Shit.
I did an interview with Monique. And her husband was part of the interview also. The entire time, her and her husband were like this on each other. Like not just, hey, no, like the entire time they were holding each other with both hands.
That's true love.
Right? We do the interview. I thought it was a great interview. We get into like, her sexual abuse and, like it was a really deep, like, I don't think she's ever really done an interview this in depth before. It's a cool interview. I give them the release form. The husband's like, oh, I'm just gonna have my lawyer look at it. But no problem, I got you. Not a big deal. It's cool. Didn't really want to do it, but it's like, I knew they probably would have walked out if I didn't do it. So, all right, cool. We do the interview, get through it. Great interview, so forth. Goes to the lawyers, comes back. The lawyer had changed the release form to say that they will own the footage outright and they'll license it to me for like a year or something. And they would not budge. So ultimately the interview never came out. My lawyer said, well, just put it out, see what happens. I got a cease and desist. And it's like, that was the end of that. So ultimately the interview never came out. And it left a really bad taste in my mouth.
So you interview them, you put it out, they own it, and then after a year you take it off your page or put it on private?
I guess that's what they're referring. That's like saying, like I didn't sign a release form here, but I don't give a shit. That's like saying at the end of the show saying, okay, I'm gonna own this, and I'll let y'all use it for a little while. It's y'all shit. Y'all filmed it, your cameras, your production, but I'm gonna own it, and I'll let y'all use it for a little while.
Vlad, you could try that, but we won't let you leave the How do you do things a little different over here?
How do you own footage for a year? Because once the interview came out and a year passed.
They would want me to remove it, yeah.
And then you
if that's...
Then what? I mean, it's not like there's any interviews after that, for the most part.
It was...
Yeah, huh?
Just seemed to...
I can't imagine, like if there was an agreement to this on some level, then maybe we split the cost or whatever else, but to have someone come in, we film it, we pay everything, everything else like that, it's our footage. I even offer to pay or something. Like, listen, how about if I give y'all, if it's a money thing, I'll give y'all this many thousand to just sign a regular release form. Like, nah, we have to control it. We need to own it.
Now, speaking of that, with the idea of what you just said, when people get the wrong idea about you when they say you're the police, I don't think people know how many steps that it takes for someone to do an interview and how much they can say, hey, you know what, can you erase this part? Can you delete this part? I don't think people understand that is actually a thing. They write a consent form, they can have their lawyer look at it, they can, hey, I've done it plenty of times where I said some shit like, yeah, man, can you take that out?
You called me and said, hey, take out this one part.
What part was that?
No, but I think people like when people get in trouble, like I guess rappers or something, they have the ability to say if oh shit, I said this, I shouldn't say that. Can you take that out?
Yeah.
Like, why do people not understand that?
I mean, we used to do that on No Chill all the time. If somebody wants something pulled.
So when it comes out, the person that did the interview, that's how they wanted it to come out.
Look, I mean, did you hear about the whole Swerve Strickland Booker T situation that happened recently? Does it get on your radar?
No.
No? Okay, so I did an interview. Well, okay, so 2020, I reached out to Booker T to do an interview. I was on
wrestler?
The wrestler.
Yeah,
right.
Wrestler.
I just did like New Jack. I just did Mark Henry. So I was like on this kind of wrestler kind of wave that I was like, reach out. Hit him up. It was like, yo, you want to do it? He's like, oh, absolutely. Yeah, let's do it. We scheduled it. He went to my studio, and I fucked up the times. So I'm like, oh, shit, I had mixed up the times. I called up, my assistant. I said, yo, I'm running late. Booker got pissed off, stormed out. Cool, I got it. I understand. I even hit him up after and said, yo, listen, I'm so sorry. I'll pay you an appearance fee to make up for your lost time. He's like, no, I'm not interested anymore. All right, cool, I got it. My fault, my mistake. So, 2025, few months, maybe about a month ago, I interviewed Swerve Strickland. He was the former champion of AEW, the competitor with WWE. Actually, the first black AEW champion. Really dope interview. He was a big fan. We got into this. He did some time with WWE, but he had a bad experience with him. And I said, and he said it was somewhat racist and so forth. And Booker T had commented about Swerve Strickland publicly and said, well, I think that Swerve just, I didn't see any racism in the WWE, and I think Swerve just didn't do well and is looking for someone to blame or something to that extent, right? Now, Swerve had heard these comments before. He just never commented on it. No one ever asked him that. No one ever did the research to ask him that comment. So when I brought it up, Swerve was like, well, I don't know how Booker T could say WWE's not racist. What about this clip where Vince McMahon uses the N-word around him? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, the John Cena clip. It was Vince McMahon, John Cena, Booker T, and Vince McMahon like, all right, I'll see you later, my N-word. And then it zooms in on Booker T's face to see his reaction. Okay, interview comes out, whatever else. The next couple of days, Booker and Swerve are doing an event together, and Booker talks to Swerve about it. He's like, yo, man, you let Vlad TV play you. You got tricked. And Swerve was like, no, he brought up something you said. I addressed it. I stand behind and said, no, man, you got played. Booker T does this whole video about how, yeah, Vlad TV played him out, tricked him into that question. I would never do Vlad TV. He gets black men arrested. I turned down money. I would never do his show. And this is the kind of bullshit I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm dealing with. So I had to go on social media and defend myself. I said, here are the DMs of him actually at my studio. He forgot to mention that I did his show. But since you want to mention this fuck shit, here's a picture of Booker T training at the gym of a registered sex offender.
Wow.
This got so big that guy, the registered sex offender, got arrested the next day for when they looked into him, he had violated certain things about his his registered sex offender guidelines. So he actually was in jail the next day. So I said, yeah, Booker's right.
He going to jail.
I get registered sex offenders arrested.
You going to jail, buddy?
I got a headache. Y'all trying to get me canceled on this show today. I'm going to go ahead and leave because I got a headache.
But this is This is the bullshit that I always have to deal with. It's like someone comes in, they answer the question, they answer it honestly and so forth. They don't have a problem with me asking the question. But then the person being talked about, suddenly it's my fault for asking the question. I'm now the enemy, and now I got this whole I said guy. Like Booker T is a working legal person. Like why would he go to jail over anything, much less an interview with me? But this is the bullshit I deal with all the time. All the time.
No, I mean, I've seen it. I see it in comments, and it's like, you can just say, I don't want to answer that. And then if you do say something, you just like anybody else does it, hey, can you just erase that part? I don't want to get in trouble. That's the easiest thing to do.
Or ahead of time, like I've done here. I said, hey, listen, there's certain questions I just don't want you guys to bring up. And I've always had people respect it every single time. And just the same way. Like you'll come in and say, you'll do Vlad TV, you'll say, hey, I don't want to talk about this drama I'm going through right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was supposed to interview Bun B in Houston when I was there last week, and we were going to do a Trill Burger, and he was like, we're all prepared to do it. Then he's like, he hit me up. He's like, yeah, I talked to my partners. We got a lawsuit coming up in June, so I just want to so we're just not going to do it right now. Like people prepare for this shit and make logical decisions on whether they want to do it or not. But ultimately, it comes out, and I get blamed for a lot of shit that people willingly did.